Hi, welcome back to this video series. We're talking about how to implement Centrify Privilege Service to provide password and session services to your instances in EC2. For those who are not familiar with Centrify Privilege Service, it is a SaaS solution that provides those services. That means that it needs to have a way to uh, broker communication between your systems and with the business logic that is in the Centrify service. So ultimately, Cloud Connectors achieve that, and what we're going to be doing is we're going to be leveraging the ability for it to do authentication and to be able to do reverse proxying and jump box access. So that is the foundation. You need a Cloud Connector in order for you to uh, activate a Cloud Connector. First and foremost, it has to be able to talk HTTPS outbound to Centrify's servers and Azure servers. Those are documented openly. And in terms of assurance, basically what happens is there's a this conversation as an HTTP 1.1, and we have SSL as one mechanism of assurance, but also all the traffic that goes in here is encrypted with the tenant's key. In order for you to add a cloud connector, you need an authorized user from the Centrify Privilege Service and also an authorized user. If you're using it joined to the domain, you need an authorized user from the domain. So very simple. You simply go to either to the privilege service portal. The first thing you'll see if you go to the portal is going to be you need to add a cloud connector, right? So the most formal way to do it is to go through settings, and then you're going to go to network, and you have the ability to add a cloud connector. So here I'm going to go ahead and add one, um, and all you need to do is download the bits. Um, and once you have the bits, you're going to unzip them and run the proper setup. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. So first thing it does, it will place the bits in the machine, and then uh, it'll provide you with the ability to configure it. So let's go ahead and unzip this. Much easier this way. So let's go ahead and do this. Installation, your typical wizard, right? Accept the EULA and press next. Um, so I basically selected all the default options. And now it's going to configure the cloud connector, right? So the configuration is quite simple. All you need to do is provide first what is your tenant's URL. For example, in my case, I'm using something very generic. And what is my username? This user has to be authorized to be able to add a cloud connector. If there's a proxy, you could use a proxy, right? And if the proxy requires authentication, you may need a service account for this. So I don't need to do this because I'm only using this for password management and session brokering. And in here, it's going to tell you, hey, we need to monitor the deleted objects from this domain to be able to tell if somebody has been deleted. So this is typically granted by an administrator. So I do have the power to do that. So it's kind of like launching a rocket. You need the credentials from the Centrify Privilege Service, and you need the credentials from Active Directory. And the reason why I'm doing this is because um, not only this is going to do the session brokering and the password management, but because this is a domain joined scenario and I want to provide access to AD principals, that's why I need it. You could deploy a cloud connector without it being joined to the domain. That's also a supported scenario. So this is going to register the cloud connector. One thing that I can do, I can go here, and if I refresh the back end, what you'll see is that I'll have a cloud connector already there. And this is how you install a cloud connector. Very simple. And in the next video, what we are going to do is that we're going to install direct audit, right? So one component is the password session management business logic, right? But the sessions that are going to be recorded, they're going to be on your infrastructure on premise.